Dennis Nedry was hired by InGen as a computer programmer for Jurassic Park. Nedry was having serious financial problems and began to reveal that InGen wasn't paying him enough to do his job. John Hammond was aware of this but believed Nedry was a full-grown man who could fight his own battles. As he later remarked, "Your financial problems are your own." Nedry decided to accept an offer to commit industrial espionage for Lewis Dodson to steal InGen's dinosaur embryos.
Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
In exchange, Dodson would give him a $1.5 million windfall. The two met at an outdoor food court in San Jose for lunch, where Dodson gave Nedry half of his payment and a modified Barbasol can with a secret compartment designated to hold 15 dinosaur embryos for 36 hours.
Oh, God.
It's cool to compartmentalize inside.
Afterward, Nedry returned to Isla Nublar, waiting until night to make his move. To access the code storage room undetected, he would need to create a backdoor that would deactivate nearly all of Jurassic Park's security system except for the Raptor Pen. Just before executing his plan, Nedry alerted his colleagues that he was going to get a soda and that some of Jurassic Park's systems might be deactivated because they were compiling files, so he wouldn't raise any suspicions, initiating the catalyst of the Isla Nublar incident of 1993. With the security deactivated and with most of Jurassic Park's workers evacuated because of the storm, Nedry accessed the code storage room. He then proceeded to escape the visitor center using Jeep 12, traveling to the East Dock to drop off the Barbasol can and to get the rest of his payment. However, heavy rainfall disoriented him and he got lost and drove off the road, crashing into a fallen tree in a nearby forest. While unraveling the car tow, he slipped on the mud and lost his glasses. While tying the rope to the closest tree, a juvenile Dilophosaurus tethered around. When he deactivated the park's security, many of the security fences that kept the dinosaurs from escaping their paddocks were turned off, except for the Raptor Pen, as Nedry knew how dangerous the Velociraptors were, allowing the dinosaurs to roam freely. Nedry tried to distract the Dilophosaurus by getting her to play fetch, but the animal wasn't interested in the stick he threw. Frustrated, Nedry insulted the Dilophosaurus before proceeding to return to his vehicle. When he looked back, the Dilophosaurus, having followed him, opened its frill and shot venom at him. Lucky for him, the venom missed and mostly hit his shirt, so Nedry was able to crawl away and reach the door to his vehicle. However, the Dilophosaurus sprayed him venom once again, this time hitting Nedry's face. He screamed in agony and desperately tried to get inside the Jeep as his eyes burned from the poison. But he knocked his head on the roof of the Jeep, causing him to accidentally drop the Barbasol can and it got washed away by the water. Immediately afterward, Nedry managed to get inside his vehicle. However, the Dilophosaurus had stowed aboard into the passenger seat. With the doors closed shut, there was nowhere for him to run as the Dilophosaurus mauled him to death. According to the Dinosaur Protection Group, during InGen's 1994 cleanup operation, Jeep 12 was found, along with Nedry's remains. According to a report from a biocene engineer in Costa Rica on July 7, 1993, Dennis Nedry went missing during the incident. It was reported he never delivered the embryos to biocene. The modified Barbasol can was eventually recovered 25 years later, when Lewis Dodson traveled to Isla Nublar to capture dinosaurs from Manticore's mind control chips.
As John Hammond realized his vision for Jurassic Park, his competitors began to see the potential of InGen's work. One of their main rivals, Biosyn, looked to close the gap by stealing the advantages that InGen and Dr. Wu had worked so hard to gain. To do this, they would need someone on the inside, so they enlisted a disgruntled computer engineer named Dennis Nedry. A plan was devised to steal InGen's dinosaur embryos, with an inconspicuous canister created to house the precious commodity. Nobody really knows what happened that fateful night. What is certain is that Dennis Nedry and the samples were never seen again. Biosyn had failed. Unfortunately, so too had Hammond's dream.